This Dynamite was very hit or miss for me. Let's talk about what happened on AEW Dynamite Maximum Carnage. So first off, it's a hit. Starting off with Kenny Omega with anything is great. He defeats Brian Cage in a very good match. But what happened next is even better as the Don Callis family takes out Kenny Omega. Will Ospreay goes to save Kenny and they're unsuccessful. I'm really hoping that we get Fletcher and Takeshita versus Omega and Ospreay. Also, Takeshita's back. That's great. Then we got Jericho doing the New York Minute shit, and Ricochet waiting for Swerve to come out, gets hit in the back with a chair from Nana. Nana celebrates dancing on Ricochet, and Swerve goes after Ricochet, but Ricochet is able to dip out of the arena. He's probably running down the highway in Cincinnati right now. I didn't love this though. Hurt Syndicate beats Private Party and Mark Briscoe. It's a fine match. There's nothing really against the match. I just think the booking doesn't make all that much sense to me. Why is Mark Briscoe teaming up with Private Party? Why are Private Party doing trio stuff when they're tag team wrestlers? I get adding the Hurt Syndicate into the trio stuff. Just didn't make sense to then have them feud right now with Private Party for the tag titles. And Mark Quinn took the pin instead of Mark Briscoe. I figured if you're going to do all that, Mark Briscoe takes the pin. Just a lot of confusing elements here. We also have Taz back on this episode, and Taz is on commentary for Hook versus Christian, and Hook ends up winning this match by DQ as Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian attack Hook, and they are beating up Hook after the match. And sometimes you pray for things and they just happen. Samoa Joe is back, saving both Hook and Shibata, and this is the team that I want to win the Trios Championship. For a second there, we almost had Taz get involved. I think this was a big downside of the Dynamite. This MJF Jarrett promo went really long. MJF trying to make fun of Karen. Jeff trying to take shots at MJF's girlfriend. MJF calling Jeff the Grim Reaper of professional wrestling companies. Jarrett saying that he was the MJF before MJF, which that didn't even fucking make sense. This went really long and I don't think worked at all. And I'm very worried about this feud, just like I was last week. But now Dustin has Jarrett's back. Sure. Certainly a highlight of this show was the Women's Casino Gauntlet. The winner would become the #1 contender for Grand Slam Australia against Mariah May. Mariah on commentary doing a great job here. But it was shocking when Megan Bayne came out, one of the biggest free agents in all of professional wrestling. She came out looking like a huge star, but the winner would be Toni Storm. I'm very interested to see if they end up ending the story between Toni and Mariah at Grand Slam Australia, or if they keep it going. I kind of hope that they keep it going. Then we got to the insane match of Jonmoxley versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs is hit and attacked by every single member of the Death Riders. Hobbs is able to get all of them away. Hobbs is hit with a briefcase from Marina. Hobbs is hit with a paradigm shift, and Hobbs kicked out of all of it. He looked like a huge badass here. Like he ripped Jon Moxley's ear almost off, but ultimately Mox chokes out Hobbs, getting the victory, definitely by cheating. After the match, the Death Riders would try to keep on beating up Hobbs, and Rated FTR would run them off. Very hit or miss Dynamite for me.